It's time to debunk some of the myths that are out there that are rampant about gun control in this country. First of all, we have to get the right lingo. The terms that are being used are made up. There is no such thing as an assault weapon. There's no such thing as an assault rifle. The ATF cannot define those terms, so definitely we can't. The media, legislators, it doesn't really mean anything. And let me explain why. Just to give you some examples. This is defined as an assault rifle, an assault weapon, a weapon of mass destruction, whatever you want to call it. What this is an AR-15, a semi-automatic rifle that is chambered in a .223 caliber. Now, what is a .223 caliber? I could show you that. Hold on one second. This right here is a .223 caliber. Okay. Now, that gun, many people, many activists, gun control activists, want to ban. Now, let's just put that aside for 1 second and look at a different gun. This is a hunting rifle. This hunting rifle, right, most people would not consider it an assault weapon because this gun clearly does not have the same kind of grip. It doesn't have any special things or gadgets connected to it. But if you look for a second at what kind of ammunition it takes something called the caliber of .30-06. Now, what is .30-06? We're going to have to edit that. .30-06. Now, this is .30-06. Now, let's just show those together what .30-06 is. This is the assault weapon with a .223 .556. This is the .30-06. Which one do you think causes more damage? Now, you're not going to hear that in the mainstream media because they don't want to tell you. When they want to tell you that the scarier looking weapons that are in movies are more dangerous, and those are the ones that commit crimes. Of course, guns don't commit crimes, people do. But if you want to be realistic and you really want to talk guns, you need to know what you're talking about. Another thing is high-capacity magazines. These scary-looking things that have 30 rounds in them. Now, you need to understand something. It takes less than a second, if you're really, really slow, maybe a second, to pop this out and throw another one in. Now, if you throw them in and they're 30 rounds, 20 rounds, or 10 rounds, we're talking about a second here. So, basically, if you want to shoot off 100 rounds with 3 of these clips, you could do it in an extra 3 seconds. You want to shoot off 100 rounds with 10 round clips, so it's going to take you an extra 10 seconds. Do you think this is going to stop a mass shooting? Obviously not. Not to mention that you can get these even with a ban, pre-ban, and it's just a little bit more expensive. So, let's finish off and just say that we have here a gun safe. Now, a gun safe is what responsible gun owners, where they put their guns. We keep them, I have 6 children, I keep them away from my children. I put them in the gun safe. They don't know the combination. And that's how we, responsible gun owners, protect our weapons. Now, let's wrap this up. Gun control is not going to solve the problem. The problem here is much more detailed, but you're not going to hear it from the mainstream media. Talk about what's going on with violence in this country. Instead of talking about guns, we should be talking about what's going on with the movies, with the games that people are playing. Let's talk about, instead of psychotropic medications that people are on, let's talk about the most widespread of destructive and violent medications out there that people are addicted to. Alcohol. Do you ever hear anybody talking about how alcohol is involved in crimes? Of course not. People don't want to talk about what seriously are the problems. Or mental illness. mental illness reform, that's something that needs to be discussed. These things have to be put on the table if you want to have a civil, reasonable discussion about how we can try to stop these kind of things in the future. Talking about gun control, we tried it. It didn't work. 1994 to 2004, there was a gun ban. It was called the Brady Bill. Why do you think it was called the Brady Bill? It was named after someone named Jim Brady who was shot. Was he shot by one of these nasty assault rifles? No. He was shot with a handgun. The same thing that most violent crimes, gun crimes in this country, are with handguns, not with these scary assault rifles. So let's get the story straight. Assault rifles and a gun ban is not the answer. Assault rifles, high-capacity magazines, this is not going to stop mass casualties. If somebody wants to kill lots of people, they could do a Timothy McVeigh, and they could do it with fertilizer from their backyard. This is Josh Wander, and I'm telling you, if you want to look further, you can look into JewishPreppers.com. My website tells all about gun control, about how we do it in Israel, where there aren't these kind of mass casualties, thank God. We have armed guards in front of every school in Israel. And that's the way we do it, and that's the way it should be done. And that's if you want to have a discussion about how we can fix the problem, or at least try to deter the problem, that's what we should be talking about. Not the scary assault rifle high capacity thing again. We tried it, it didn't work. Thank you.